what led you, and I know, so I think, we have that in common. We're still car guys, right? Derek and I always say we're car guys in the marketing business. We're not marketing guys trying to sell to car guys, right?
Yep.
Like we're like-minded that way. The three of us, we came from the business. So that's another reason I think we connected right away. And there's a lot of other people in that boat on here. So from what I understand, you sold a dealership and that made you start a marketing company. Is that correct?
Well, actually, marketing was always my side gig. So I had originally gone to school for marketing. I literally thought that I was going to, come up with the next bum, and then I just kind of got sucked into, auto sales. And I never finished college. I didn't finish getting my degree because I was just making so much money selling cars. It just made more sense to do that. So right around 2008, when I had moved actually here to Canada, I couldn't quite find a dealer group because actually there wasn't a whole lot of structured dealer groups actually here in Canada in 2008. And the groups that did exist here were more of like just a group of dealers, not necessarily a dealer group, So I had started an agency then, and that was just kind of my side job, but just kind of running AdWords for dealerships and consulting on BDC operations and internet operations, kind of why I bounced around from kind of thing to thing. And so that I've always kind of had this agency called Digital Dealership Solutions. And I eventually became a VP of marketing for a large automotive group here in Canada. And then I had an opportunity to start my own dealership, which was something I had always wanted to do, really kind of put my money where my mouth is and just execute on the kind of operational strategies that I always felt needed at the dealership level. So I went and bought the most challenging brand you possibly could. I bought a Mitsubishi dealership, which was really a used car dealership with a flag out front. Actually, I remember why it was so easy. I remember I decided I wanted to go buy a dealership, right? And you got to get a floor plan. Well, it's not overly easy just to kind of walk into the bank. People just walk into the bank and say, "Hey, can you give me $4.5 million? I got to go start a dealership," And that's a difficult thing to do. So I knew I had to get a flag. I knew how to get a flag out front. And I was actually this close to closing on a deal with to purchase a Hyundai dealership when I got into conversation with Mitsubishi. And it was just night and day difference. Going through the process with Hyundai, it was more like, what are you going to do for us? What are you going to do for us? What are you going to do for us? And then when I got into the conversation with Mitsubishi, it was like, here's what we can do for you. Here's what we can do for you. Here's what we can do for you. And it was just, I was like, you know what? That's kind of cool. I dig the product. It's a little aged, but the 10-year warranty, and I just like, it feels like a challenge. And yep. So I signed up on it, and man, right after the day I signed the dotted line on the Mitsubishi deal, I think the bank called me instead of me calling the bank, and they're like, "So how much would you like for a floor plan?" I'm like,
all of it.
All of it? They're like, "No problem. It'll be in your account tomorrow." I was like, holy crap, that was easy. So about 6 months into having the Mitsubishi dealership, I was approached by Mitsubishi saying, "We have another failing dealership in a city next to you. Would you be interested in taking over a second location?" And I didn't want to be rude. And so I came up with this, I took the weekend, came up with this really long list to send to the CEO of all the things I would need, all the things I would need to get it done. Just assuming that I just assumed that, they would be coming back to me going, "Oh, no, we can't do that." And then I could bow out gracefully. Sure enough, I sent him a little list, and within 24 hours, he called me up and said, "Okay, we're good." I'm like, "Sorry, you're good with what?" Everything? I'm like, "Oh crap. I just took over a second location." So within 6 months into being a young, brand new dealer principal, we had a second location. And that was a challenge, but we really embraced the used car side of the business, but definitely the non-prime side of the business, because we're the two locations where we're heavy non-prime or subprime or whatever you want to call it. And yeah, we had a blast doing it.